Remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling I belonged, and I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 148. My name is Matthew Keel. I'm at infinite_rewind on every social media platform you could conceive and imagine in this known universe. Alongside me, only our fearless leader, the double legend himself, Corey Dirick.
Yo.
Say hi, Corey.
Hi.
So we are Nerds Gone Rogue. We go live on YouTube, now on Twitch, every week, Monday nights. Usually around 8:30. We're at 8:40 tonight, but between 8:30 and 9 we try to start. YouTube.com/nerdsgonerogue. Twitch.tv/nerdsgonerogue, Corey?
Yeah, starting next week, because
we're
in the process of switching everything over from NGR Radio to Nerds Gone Rogue, and
okay.
It's been a process, but YouTube finally got the YouTube changed, by the way.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. You can find everything we do at nerdsgonerogue.com. You can find all of our shows and Nerds Gone Rogue, the B-sides, Nerds Gone Platinum, hosted by Jason, Moose, and Jeff. Jason Marshall, president accounted for in the chat.
Woo!
And you can find us on Twitter at Nerds Gone Rogue, Instagram at nerdsgonerogue_official. And you can email the show because we answer listener questions every week. ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. Now, I know there have been rumblings of a giveaway. Is that happening? We talking about that this week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about it.
Okay. So
dropping it like it's hot. You know what, Matt? I could say
Look at you.
I could say we are building with anticipation.
Marshall, we need to check his dad joke credentials.
Let's
get on that.
We could say that my jokes can go down the pipe. I'm very proud of myself.
I guess. So we are going to give away a Nintendo Switch exclusive. It's a little known title called Super Mario Maker 2.
Hey, Jason Marshall says A+, so good with that.
All right. Well, he will know. He will know.
Dad joke approved.
I've seen his union card, so he can verify all this. So yes, we are giving away Super Mario Maker 2. I believe that comes out June 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be announcing it. We will be announcing our winner live on the Monday show prior.
Absolutely.
I don't have a calendar in front of me.
I think it's the 23rd.
Yeah, I think it'll be the 23rd show. So how you can enter, you can, obviously, you need to subscribe to the show. YouTube, whatever iTunes or whatever podcast service you choose to use, be it Apple, Pocket Cast, whatever. Or you can follow us on Spotify. That's cool too. You need to screenshot that, send it to us via email at ngrradiopodcast ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. Leave us your name.
Name is important.
Tell us why you like us, hate us, or just say, hey, give me Mario Maker. Well, actually, Don't just say that. Say something else. But
if you rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, like, if you rate us on whatever service you follow us on, that counts as a bonus entry.
Yeah, bonus entries.
So you can enter up to twice.
It's true, twice.
So, yeah, and the winner will be picked at random on our 23rd show, or our June 23rd show.
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird. We're going to our 23rd show when we're already on 148. That'd be a sequential nightmare.
Jeez. Ironically, I think that might be our 150th episode.
What is it? It's the third now.
No, it's our 151st episode.
It's our 151st.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been doing this a bit.
Numbers.
Well, and see, and the funny thing is, like, we are, and before we get into game time, like, we are a week away from E3.
That is also true.
And none of us have mentioned talking about E3 in the past couple weeks at all. I mean, I guess we could probably armchair some predictions, but I honestly, personally, I don't really care to this year.
Yeah, look, I know, like, that's like a big thing, and I'm sure Platinum's going to do it, and I know we did it a little bit for our
NX show.
NX show, yeah, we did it a little bit there, but I don't think, like, you know, we always try to, every year we've done E3 predictions and Game of the Year stuff, and, like, I don't know if this show really needs that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we have the shows that do that, and like we can talk about like what we're excited and what we hope to see, but like I don't think here's our 5 predictions for E3. You know what I mean? Like I just
I even expounding on that a little bit, I find myself completely not motivated to predict anything this year.
Yeah, I mean,
personally, like, I think I like doing that, but also we're at the end of a generation, and we know that, like, Sony's not going to be there. We know that a bunch of people aren't going to be there. We know Square Enix is taking Sony's place, so. And with the little news we have that at this point that has come out about E3, like, sure, we've got a lot of Death Stranding stuff recently. We've gotten the rumors about From Software, but at the same time, like,
it's almost like all the big things.
Yeah, all the big things have happened. We're at the end of a generation, and it is, since we're not industry people per se, I find myself at a loss as to what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Marshall in the chat says we are going to do an E3 PlayStation predictions. Number 1, it's not happening. Number 2, it's not happening. And number 3, it's not happening. I'm guessing he's referring to Sony not being at E3.
You know, that's a good prediction, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'd bet on that. But yeah, I think because we are first and foremost fans, without like connections to developers or anything like that, it's a little trickier. I mean, like, I could definitely say, like, oh, I predict this, and all 3 of those will be drastically wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like to have at least something to go on, or at least a target to aim at, if you will.
Yeah. And, like, the thing is like, a lot of people are trying to speculate, like, Xbox, for example, has 14 Xbox, Xbox Game Studios games. But last week we rattled off 10 games that'll be there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, man, there's, like, 10 unannounced things. I'm like, no, there's, like, 4. Because you got Halo Infinite, Gears 5, but then you got to remember Gears Pop is an Xbox Game Studios game for phones. You got to remember Gears Tactics is a PC-only game by Xbox Game Studios.
Yep.
Forza, not announced, but it comes out every year like clockwork.
Yep.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah,
Is
which
a
we
game.
know about, which I'm excited to see stuff from.
Yeah, the mine.
I still, and that's odd for someone who does not play Xbox. Like, I'm excited to see stuff from that.
Yeah,
So
the Minecraft mobile game that they just announced, Minecraft Worlds or something. I think the Minecraft dungeon crawling game. I mean, that's Battletoads. The rumored Fable game, which has all been confirmed to be there. I mean,
yeah,
that's what 10 right. That's 9 right there, 10 right there. So I mean, like, yeah, I'm excited to see what Xbox has because that means there's 4 or 5 games that they haven't shown. The rumors Ninja Theory's next project's going to be there, which is really exciting. But I don't think we're not going to see Obsidian's next game because the Outer Worlds is their next game. Their game isn't even out yet. So I mean,
and then they're getting to that, and they'll get into that. They'll get into the weeds of, oh, we're going to announce this, but it's not going to be out for 4 years.
yeah. So
And
I
that'll
mean,
just piss everybody off.
yeah, and the other two big games that everybody's forgetting about is Age of Empires Remastered and Age of Empires 4. And they're probably going to talk a lot about Game Pass on PC, which Gears Tactics and Age of Empires 4 are like the 2 big games for that.
Yeah.
So I mean, another game possibly that could be part of that is Halo Reach Remastered because it's coming to the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that is one of the games, but there's a lot of ways that they could word that to make it sound like something is new and exciting, and it's just some stuff we already know about. So, not that I'm like trying to put down the Xbox excitement or anything, because I'm really excited to see what the 3 or 4 games that they haven't announced are, right? But a lot of people are pointing at a Banjo revival right now because there's a couple stores that have put up merchandise for Banjo, like previously unreleased merchandise for Banjo, like shirts and collectibles and stuff. The other thing is they're pointing at a new Conker game. So, I mean, that would be really cool to see. But
Sure.
But I mean, I think this late in the life cycle, I don't know if that's really likely, especially if they want to push those franchises, except for the simple fact that Xbox has started to put games on Switch now. Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps are 2 games that are heavily rumored to be coming to Switch day and date of Will of the Wisps Xbox debut. And
Nice.
then there have been a little bit of rumblings about Banjo remasters coming, the 360 remasters coming to Switch as well. So there's
Which
a lot.
I would like to play those games again.
Yeah, those games are great. So, I mean, there's a lot that we could see happen, but I mean, those aren't really predictions. Those are just like, those are things that we could be excited for,
Yeah, those are things that enough people are talking about to the point where they might actually know something.
Yeah.
And that's, it'd be great. It'd be great to just sit down and just repeat all that, but I think we're better than that. Jason Marshall in the chat, he wants an awesome Xbox show to give better competition to Sony. And I think that I agree with him because the more we have them sort of trading punches.
Well, Xbox show was great last year. They didn't really show anything first party wise that we didn't already expect. I mean,
right?
They showed.
I wasn't trying to say that.
No, I know what you're saying. I was just saying last year was like a great show, but like Moose said, the Xbox show was a great show to see what you guys were playing on PlayStation that fall.
That's true.
And Assassin's Creed was a big one last year, and the big thing right now is like the big Watch Dogs leak today. Watch Dogs Legions, which you can play as any NPC in the game, I guess, is one of the leaks, which is kind of interesting.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that seem to be happening, but it's all stuff that like, oh, we're going to get out ahead of E3, so when it comes for E3, people can just see like more hands-on stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, more so this year than any E3 since I've been a podcaster, we'll call it. I'm actually just interested to see what I don't know about.
Hmm.
Like I'm more. I mean, I and I know Marshall's in the chat. He could probably correct me if I'm wrong. You could probably correct me too. I don't. Sony hasn't talked about doing a state of play for E3 yet, have they?
They said they were going to have one in June, but that
Okay.
doesn't necessarily mean that could be next week, right? Because
Yeah.
there's something happening on Wednesday. I don't remember what it is, but then Bungie is having their own kind of presentation for Destiny on Thursday,
Hmm.
and then I mean, there's stuff going on all week next week, and it's the week before E3, so
Yeah.
you know, I mean, obviously the one I'm most excited for is Nintendo, but
Hmm.
this is kind of the first time we already know everything Nintendo's putting out the rest of the year for the first
Yeah.
time in a while.
Yeah.
And like it would be really weird if they tried to stuff more into that. Uh,
But then
but
again, they did what? They did seemingly a 5 hour Smash Brothers direct last year.
that's true.
That thing went on
But
forever.
but the thing is, everybody's freaking out now because GameStop and Best Buy listed 22 unique SKUs for Switch this fall, and it's like, what is it? I mean, I know Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, Doom, uh, uh, are not available for pre-order yet. So that's three of them. But it's 22 unique SKUs. That's and Switch games don't really get collector's editions
Yeah.
here. So it's man, Astral Chains I think is another one that wasn't. But I don't know, man. There's a lot. If Nintendo tries to add anything else this fall, they're just cramming stuff in.
I mean, I think there's a lot of. I mean, I think if they're gonna cram anything, it's gonna be indies that are already out other places.
Yeah,
Um, but what do I know?
yeah.
Marshall in the chat also says there's a rumor that that state of play was the Last of Us 2 reveal, which I'm not sure that you can reveal that any more than they've already revealed it. But it'll probably be like a
I mean, it could be
release
like
tra-
the Death Stranding thing they did last
like
week.
like a release date trailer or something like that. He said that's rumored for February now as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that.
Actually, while we're on this train, how about that Death Stranding, huh?
Yeah,
It almost looks like a video game now.
I can't believe that it's coming out in 6 months.
I'll do you one better. I can't believe I actually want to play it.
I honestly I didn't even watch any of it because I don't know.
There was there was a moment like towards the end of that where just for some reason everything that I had seen up to that point clicked, and I'm like, I get it. I want to play this game now. If you wanted me to explain it to you, could not do it. I could, it was one of those things that like for some reason I inherently understood what was happening, but cannot articulate it. So, but yeah, I actually want to play that game now. So good on you, Kojima. You made me do a 180.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Death Stranding is crazy and wild and just it's gonna be. I mean, let's be honest. It's gonna be a Kojima video game.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
but
I don't really know what else to say about it. I hope people enjoy it, and if it gets decent reviews, I will check it out. But I've tried to play every Metal Gear game. I've tried to play Zone of the Enders. I don't know, especially Metal Gear 5. Like I tried to play it, and I just didn't enjoy what I was playing. I think it's because I was used. By the time I started playing it, I was so used to how Gears of War and the Division felt mechanically that my muscle memory wouldn't allow me to enjoy the mechanics of that game. You know,
yeah.
which
I mean,
I'm gonna try. I want to give that game another shot.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because for everything I hear, it's like kind of exactly what I want out of a game. But Marshall says Kojima's name alone doesn't sell me. And, to me, like, I respect everything that guy has done. Like, I think he is a visionary and, like, a really interesting figure in the video game industry, but I kind of agree with him. Like, I've never really been a fan of his games. And I think that's okay, but I still respect what he does, and I hope people enjoy Death Stranding.
So do I. I hope since I'm actually interested in paying money for it, like I hope I can walk away from it, at least the same way I walked away from a game like Far Cry New Dawn, where like, yeah, I played that, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
That's about where it ends with Far Cry New Dawn. But like I'm of the same mind. Like Hideo Kojima's name alone doesn't sell me. I think it makes me look at what he's doing, sure, because he is one of those figures like for video games. I mean, he's not like, I wouldn't go as far as to say he's one of the like pillars of the video game industry, because I think there are people who have made bigger impacts than he have, but he's definitely like, his name has gravitas. Like a Quentin Tarantino or something like that. People will look at what type of movie he's making, or see what people think about it without necessarily watching it.
Yeah.
But like, I am classically not a fan of Metal Gear Solid. I like the first two Metal Gear games on the NES way back when. And then I did like Zone of the Enders. I did like both of those games. The only Metal Gear game I actually liked post the NES was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That wasn't really a Kojima thing. It was Platinum, if I remember correctly. And that game was good. I liked Metal Gear. I liked Metal Gear 5, but I bounced off of it in a way. Like like is probably the wrong way to say it, but I came out of that going, oh, it's really cool that it's doing all of this. But all of this, as interesting as it is, doesn't keep me wanting to engage. So yeah. But Death Stranding looks like the kind of weird that video games might need right now.
Yeah.
And I am interested in seeing, how it goes. I'm not going to get like any super silly collector's edition or anything like that, but
You mean you don't want the baby in the glass bottle for $200?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I got that, Reba might leave me.
Or she might say, wow, you're going to be a good dad someday.
No, she'll leave me. No, she'll leave me. She'll be like, I don't want you anywhere near any kid I have to take care of. And to her credit, what do you say we do game time now, Corey?
Okay, if you really want to, I mean,
do you have any more?
No.
Okay. Have you been playing anything?
Yeah, I've actually been playing a lot of games.
I was waiting for it to go, nah. No, I've
actually been playing quite a bit because I'm done making assets for our Twitch and our website and the NX show, which is, by the way, if you guys haven't found out by now, is our show where we combine Nintendo Power Block and Arsenal X into one show. So there's that. I'm done making assets for that for now. So I've actually had some time to do things.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've like during the week I kind of wind down with like I've been watching a lot of like Giant Bomb content this week because they have the premium unlocked. They did a lot of the premium unlock stuff on their YouTube channel, which I still need to buy Giant Bomb Premium because Xbox has the Giant Bomb app, which you can link to your premium account. So I need to do that at some point in the next couple days. But I've been watching the Die Another Friday or his James Bond thing, which is really funny. I also watched 3 episodes of Mario Party Party this week.
Oh, jeez.
I love Mario Party Party because I love how excited Dan gets and how miserable everybody else is, which makes it way better.
Yeah. Again, just by the end of it, I'm surprised Dan still walks the earth.
I know. It's so awesome. So I've been watching that, but while I'm watching that, I usually play. I've been playing a lot of Tetris 99. Still have not won, and right now I'm just getting destroyed because all of the players that are left are the people that only play Tetris 99.
The people that are good.
Yeah. I came in second place one time the other night, and I came in the top 10 the last couple tries. But man, people are they're too good, man. I need to learn. My biggest thing is T-spins. I haven't learned how to do T-spins correctly, and I need to do that. So, we have a Twitch chatter.
Hey, hi Twitch. Well, you want to learn how to do T-spins, you should play Tetris Effect because there's a trophy in Tetris Effect for doing T-spins.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned.
Yeah. So I've been playing that. I've also been playing a lot of Captain Toad recently. I'm trying to play like these smaller games because like I'll play like a half hour, 45 minutes before I go to bed at night because last night I went to bed at 9:30 and woke up at 7:10.
There you go.
It's been so long since I've slept that like the last couple weekdays, this weekend was kind of hit or miss, but the last couple weekdays it's just been I'm going to bed early and I'm sleeping as long as I can. And it's been really nice.
Oh man.
So I've played Captain Toad. That game is so good, man.
It really is.
It's the perfect portable game, you know, and I almost just want to buy it digitally just to have it. Which it was on sale last week, and I just didn't pull the trigger because the cartridge is already in my Switch, so why would I, buy it? But, I've been playing that. I've also been playing Ding Dong XL, which is a 99-cent game on the Switch. It's pretty addicting. It's real dumb, but it's also really, really fun. Do you know what it is, Matt?
I don't know if I want to know what it is because I'm sort of happy with what the image is of hearing the words.
Well,
Ding Dong XL.
I want to hear what you think Ding Dong XL is.
No, you don't.
I do, and keep in mind it's a 99-cent Switch game.
Again, just tell me about the game.
Okay, okay. So basically, Ding Dong XL is Pong meets Frogger. And and all you have to do is like you tap A or B to hit the ball, and it goes across the screen vertically, right? And you press A to go up, and you press A to go down, and you just have to get the ball across the court as many times as you can. But the more times you go across, there's obstacles in your way, like in Frogger, right? There's like little like shapes and stuff that shoot across the screen, and you have to time your the way you hit A, you have to time it so you can get it across to the other side without getting hit. And you're only allowed to get hit once, and then you're done. So, my record right now is 47. It's really fun.
Good man.
It's really fun. and then like, however many times you get across, it's like every time you get across, you get one like credit to use in the store. And like you can save up for different logos or different different colored balls or different people's like the IGN logo's in there for some reason, so you can like
Okay.
buy that. You can buy the kind of funny smiley face. There's a dog in there that you can buy, and that's the object that you hit back and forth across the court. So like you can save up and buy those types of things. So been playing a lot of that. I've also been tapping back into Dead Cells.
Okay.
Because Dead Cells is a fun video game.
It really is.
I still suck at it, but I've been playing it, and yeah, Dead Cells is still good. I'm debating on whether or not I should buy the DLC, just because I have not even beaten the base game yet. So, yeah. So, but other than that, I started playing Destiny 2 again. Because the Season of Opulence is starting tomorrow, actually. So I've been
Season of Opulence. Does that mean the drop rates are gonna be wicked increased?
Let's see, the light cap right now is 700, and I think they're upping it to 750, and they're also dropping a new raid tomorrow at 4 p.m. So. Of course, I haven't raided since last year, but it's fine. 2 years
Totally
actually,
fine.
Almost 2 years, which is fine. I don't have time to do it anyway. But the new raid, they've since Forsaken launched. This is actually the third raid they're launching.
Oh,
So, which is really interesting.
steady clip.
In these, I've been watching some of the raids on YouTube, and they're actually like really intense. Which kind of makes me happy I don't really raid a lot anymore because it would just stress me out. So I've been playing that and trying to grind. So I've also been playing a lot of battle royale games. Been playing Blackout with Jesse, Apex with Jesse.
Cool.
We almost won an Apex the other night, but just can't get that win, man. Look, when you're Lifeline.
We'll get there.
When you're Lifeline and you're going up against a whole another team, you're not going to win.
I mean, not with that attitude.
I tried, but playing some Blackout also. Blackout's really cool. The Alcatraz mode is really cool. It's basically your team gets like 10 respawns and then you're done, and obviously last team standing wins. So I also tried Dauntless, which is the new Monster Hunter-ish style game.
Yeah.
Boy, it runs like poop
Does it?
on Xbox.
On
at
Xbox?
least. I didn't try the PlayStation 4 version yet, but it does not run great on console. It's sub 30, and when I was in the main kind of hub town, it was sub 20 frames a second. It was kind of bad. So. But I mean, I want to try it because I actually played Monster Hunter World a little bit just to compare the two, and let me put it this way: I think you get what you pay for in terms of those games, and as cool as Dauntless seems and the art style looks cool, the art style almost looks like Sea of Thieves meets Fortnite a little bit.
Okay.
I like the art style. I think it's really cool, and the fact that they got full crossplay working. In the main hub world, it was Xbox, PlayStation, and PC all in the same hub world. It was really cool to see that, because like when you're in there, when you're in the hub world, they actually have the logo of what console you're playing on next to your name, which is really cool. So like, I was walking around with an Xbox logo next to my name, and I walked up to somebody, and it had the PlayStation logo next to their name, and I waved at him, and he jumped away from me because I think he thought it was, I don't know, weird. And then I don't know, and then I walked up to somebody and it said PC, and I was like, this is really neat. I hope games get to do this more, because this is cool. I wish Destiny would do this. I wish Call of Duty would do this. I wish, anything that had a multiplayer attachment to it would be, I wish they would do it, because it was really cool to see. Yeah.
Marshall in the chat, he's loving Dauntless. He disliked Monster Hunter World greatly.
It's fine.
Yeah, I I loved Monster Hunter World. I still want to go back and do more of it. Iceborne will probably bring me back, but yeah, no, I love that game. I haven't tried Dauntless yet. I do need to. What else you playing?
I think that might be it. I think that's. Oh, actually played a little bit of Overwatch this week too. Because their anniversary event's going on, and man, that's a good game.
It really is.
I always forget that these games exist. Like I played a little bit of Halo 5 also, and I'm like, man, these games are so good, and I just don't have time to play multiple shooters, you know?
Yeah.
I'm struggling to play Apex and Call of Duty at the same time. Like I wish I had time to play Halo and Overwatch too, but you know, it's just it's hard, man. It's really hard. So
yeah. Like I know people that play games to write reviews, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
I know.
And like when you're not getting paid, or when you're either not getting paid for the review or getting paid very little, and you have to work full time, and you have external adult obligations to sort of maintain, like it's difficult. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of all I've been playing. I have a list of games that I want to start. Oh, I also played Assassin's Creed and some Borderlands, but I how much more can I say about those games? I mean, we've talked about Borderlands ad nauseum on this show, and I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for 6 months at this point.
Yeah.
I'm 50 hours into that game, and I'm nowhere close to being done. Every time I get on an island, I'm like, okay, here's my list. I do all the sync points. I go and unlock the ship dock, and then I will go and do all the question marks before I even start any of the missions on the island.
So, yep, that's how you play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I can't play this anymore. This is a nightmare of a checklist. If I was playing games 14 hours a day, sure, this would be great, but
yeah.
No, when I maybe play 14 hours of games in like 2 weeks, this is not great.
Ubisoft and their map vomit is not always conducive to people with lives.
I know, really. Which is sad because like if I was like 10 years younger and single, Assassin's Creed would be my jam.
Yeah,
right?
Well, you'd have it done in a week.
Yeah, and I need to focus on like the main missions now, because like I really wanted to platinum it, but the way you platinum that game, it takes like 80 to 90 hours, and I'm like, and that's with like going for the platinum and not doing everything that I've been doing. So
yeah,
I love that game. I think it deserves all the praise in the world, and it's fantastic to play, but boy, is it a big game. So
yeah,
but that's probably enough for me. Man, I actually played a lot this week. I was actually pretty proud of myself.
You did. Good for you.
Yeah. So what are you playing this week, Matt?
I have 2 games to talk about. One, I have finished Sekiro 3 times this week.
That's awesome.
I finished it for the first time on Friday, and then right as I got off work Saturday morning, I went home and started New Game Plus, blew through the first half of it. And then overnight, I finished it and then went through New Game Plus again. And now I'm on New Game Plus 3. That game is really good. I'm going for the platinum, and I just figured instead of save scumming for the endings, I would just actually do them. Bagel just showed up. Hi, buddy. Come here.
Bagel.
Come here, buddy. It's okay. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi, Bagel. Bagel.
We exhausted him yesterday, so he's like looking at me with half open eyes going, why are you awake? I'm working on my final ending in Sekiro, and I have to finish leveling up all the skills and getting all of the prosthetic tools. That game's really good. I'm currently working on putting together a spoiler cast with some folks. I'm hoping to have details on that before the end of this week. We will see how that goes. The other game I played is definitely a change in tone. It's a little indie game called Gato Roboto, published by Devolver Digital. I forget the name of the actual developer, but do you like the original Metroid?
Me? Yes, I love the original Metroid.
Do you like cats?
Do I like? Like cartoon cats or like real life cats?
Like a cartoon cat.
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay. So, are you familiar with the Lassie trope of like Timmy got stuck down a well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this game is that, except Timmy is a space pilot, and Kiki is the pilot's cat. Now, the pilot is injured in the crash. The cat basically walks off the ship because why not? Because cats just do that. And the opening scene is dialogue between the pilot and the cat, and the cat's like, "I'm really injured. I need you to go get." I forget exactly what he says, but like basically, I need you to go get this thing, and then we can get out of here. And all the cat says is meow. So you control the cat. You just start wandering around, and eventually you walk into this room with what looks like a floppy disk spinning around. So you go after the floppy disk, and a tube comes down, gives you an additional life point, and a mech suit. so you are controlling a mech suit with a cat, and you are in a Metroid style world.
Is this on Switch?
It is on Switch. It is black and white. It basically looks like what if the Game Boy had a bit of power, had like a graphics card in it? Like that's what it looks like. And this game is really, really fun, by the way. The way it uses,
what's it called again?
Gato Roboto.
Like GOTTO?
GATO.
GATO. Gato Roboto right there. Top search.
Yep. It is. It
is $6.
Yep. It is, and it is worth every penny and more. I'm pretty sure it's only available on Steam and Switch right now. I don't know if it's coming anywhere else. I'm not sure it really needs to be honest with you. I mean, would I get it on PS4? Yes, because I like the trophies. But Gato Roboto is it's really fun. It uses the differences between being in the mech suit and just being the cat really well. When you're just the cat, like if anything touches you, you die immediately. But you can jump higher, you can climb up walls. When you're a cat, you can get to harder to reach places. But when you're in the mech suit, you have weapons.
Got it.
It's a really cool game. It's a pretty good platformer. Little flighty on the jumping, from what I remember from my time with it on Friday. But it wasn't. It didn't impair my enjoyment of that game. I've heard it's actually relatively short, so I'm going to keep playing it on Switch at work, and hopefully I will. Hopefully it consistently keeps me entertained the way it has up to this point. I also wanted to try Box Boy and Box Girl, but I had to go to work before it could finish downloading. So it's actually finishing downloading right now, and hopefully I will be able to play that tonight at work. But as far as I could tell, that's game time.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything to say? Anybody?
Bagel, you play anything?
Bagel.
He's just looking at me. He's like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. Leave me alone.
That's Bagel for you.
Yeah. Such a contribution, Bagel. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad to have you on. Um,
Oh, man.
I still like when I was Marshall asked me to do a shout out video for Nerds Gone Platinum and their 100th episode, and I had Bagel in my arms as I did it, and he's just looking at the camera, completely confused. I'm pretty sure he sees his face on screen, going, "Huh? Who's that?" Um, but yeah. So no contribution, Bagel. Oh, you're gonna. Oh, come here. Okay, what do you got? You got anything?
The Quiet Man. He's playing the Quiet Man.
Are you playing the Quiet Man? Is it problematic for you as it was for everybody else? Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Interesting.
It doesn't use the point of view of deaf people very well, does it? No, it does not. It actually speaks about them pretty pedantically and stupidly, doesn't it? Yes, it does.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
It does.
My foot started itching real bad, so I started scratching it, and my leg is randomly bleeding.
Awesome.
I mean, not really, but
Do you need to go take care of that?
nah. This will be good. This will be good content if I bleed out.
Okay, cool. Want to see someone possibly die on air? Hey, you came to the right show.
Yeah.
So we've got listener questions.
That we do.
We have a bunch of them.
We're gonna have to save Deshaun's one question for Phillips when he makes his return.
Deshaun put us to work again, and we're all the better for it. So first up, Oliver Locke. Just found you guys when looking for gaming podcasts, and I'm liking the show so far. I like the variety of topics you guys discuss, and it makes my commute to school more bearable. I have a question that maybe you've answered already, but does your significant other play games with you or in general? If you don't have one, have you ever dated anyone who played with you? I'm trying to get my partner into games, but she seems intimidated by all the buttons, so we've started with some Telltale games and New Super Mario Brothers. Well, thank you, Oliver.
Thanks for listening to our show.
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking us out. However you did.
Thanks for stopping by.
So, do you want to start here, Corey?
I mean, Sana doesn't really play games with me, except we do play Mario Kart occasionally together, which I am debating on getting Team Sonic Racing and Crash because we've been playing Mario Kart for 5 years, and I think she's ready for she still wants to play sometimes, but it's we've played those courses so many times. Like, how do you keep? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Mario Kart 8 is great, but it's time for something new.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah. So, and plus, I think Team Sonic will be great because you work as a team to win, and I think if she helps, if we help each other do better, then she'll feel less intimidated by it. So
right.
That's something I've been looking at to get, but she doesn't really play games all that much, or really at all, to be honest with you, especially now with the baby. I mean, and as for the second part of that question, I've really only dated one person who played games, but didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love it if she played games, but it's not the crux of our relationship, So
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of in a similar. Well, I'm in a similar boat, but I think Reba is interested in playing games with me. She and I will still every so often co-op some Spelunky together. Because she played games for a while. I don't remember how long ago this was, but she'd only played Nintendo games, so she understands when I showed her Spelunky, she's like, "Oh, it's like Mario." I'm like, "Yes, that's how you look at this." So she was able to make that connection. We have played Unravel 2 together. We have we actually co-op platinumed Adventure Pals last year.
It's on my Switch wish list.
Yeah, that's a good game. I'm actually excited. I'm actually really excited for Mario Maker 2 because I think that'll be something we can play together. Just because like uh, that is a frame of gaming that she already is familiar with. So I'm not like she's also expressed interest in learning how to play Hitman, which is cool. Um, I've showed her games that I think would be cool to play together, and she has been either receptive or not receptive. But the one sort of tactic I tend to not do is I try not to force it. Um, I know lately with her job, she's been like super stressed out, and she can't play games when she's stressed out. That's just not how she doesn't like when I'm stressed out. I can definitely sit down and play a game. Um, but that's not how she deals with it. So I can't really make her. I have dated people that have played games. I didn't really start till after my divorce. Like I never really dated anyone that played games until after my divorce. But I've actually been, oddly enough, like I'm pretty sure like there were two girls that I dated that basically lied and said they liked games. So I would be interested. That was a bit weird. I did not know how to take that. Uh, but the one person I dated that played games, she and I played a lot together. Um, like she would kind of encourage me on platinums and things like that, which was really cool. Relationship didn't work, and no, it just didn't work out. But yeah, I'm also like you. It's that like video games do not have to be one of the main. I think Oliver's like this as well. Like he would like his partner to play games, but it's not like a necessity.
It was also it was also a lot easier for us to like sit down and like try before the baby, you know.
Oh yeah,
and now like you know the baby is the priority, you know, and like I don't even try to touch games until she's asleep, right? And at that point, you know, Sana's been up with her since she's been awake, so Sana usually tries to go to sleep around a little bit after the baby does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we spend some time after the baby goes to sleep, but at that point we're both like so tired. I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's where the switch comes in for me though, because I'll lay in bed for like a half hour, 45 minutes and just play it while we watch TV or something, and then I'll just set it on the nightstand and flip over and wait for my alarm to go off at 7 a.m. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, games are a good time, but they're not the end all be all of a relationship. Trust me, if that's, I'm not saying that he's like in this type of relationship, but if you're looking for someone to play games with you and that's all you want, maybe. I don't know. That's yeah. Yeah. Please rethink that.
It's one thing if that's something you want. That's okay, but you have to understand that you as a person are multidimensional, and you're going to there is going to come a time where you'll recognize that you have different needs other than video games.
Yeah.
And when those needs aren't getting met, that's when you start becoming less amicable to deal with.
Yeah,
and I'm saying that specifically based on me. I mean, just because there was shortly after my divorce, like when I had moved into my apartment, like all I did was come home and play video games. But then I realized, oh wait a minute, like I'm forgetting how to talk to people. Like I need to get out and be social. And not just because like video games aren't fun, but it was because I was realizing there were muscles that I have that were literally atrophying, and I didn't want that to happen. But yeah, like I think it's definitely all right for you to say, hey, maybe this should be on someone's radar, but like don't force it on them. But Oliver, thank you for your question. And also I will say this: if your Telltale games are actually a really good place to start, because you can get together on the decision making, and if you get the person to stick with you through like the entire game, if they start seeing like the consequences of their decisions, that tends to create a feedback loop. And starting with like Mario games, I think if anybody were to play a video game nowadays, like I wouldn't say, hey, start with Mario Brothers, but I'd probably say, hey, start with something that's close to that.
I mean, that's the Switch has new Super Mario Brothers, and like also like if you want to teach your significant other how to play games, like Mario Maker's coming out soon. Make a series of simple levels that they can maybe try to get through, you know? Like, I mean, that's also a big thing. So I've actually been like debating. I've been wanting to do this series with my dad for a long time, which I tried a couple times with DNA, and I didn't have the equipment, and it just didn't work out. But it was called Dad's Turn, and I wanted to show him like my favorite games and have him try to play them. And that's awesome. It was really fun because like we did an episode of Wii Sports, and we did golf and tennis and bowling, and my dad actually beat me at golf and bowling, so it was pretty awesome. But my dad is also like a really great golfer,
okay,
or at least he was in like his younger years, but so that kind of explains that. But
I'm just seeing this message from Marshall in the chat. Get Team Sonic, read my review tomorrow. So I'm guessing he's writing a review on nerdsgonerogue.com for Team Sonic. So check that out tomorrow. Okay, so I think we can move on. Unless you had anything else.
No, I'm good. Let's keep the train rolling.
I'm gonna go to Sam Hall's next, just because
Deshaun wrote us another novel of questions.
We'll save the hard work for last. And I feel like this is something we've tackled multiple times recently, but I think it's always an ongoing conversation. Sam Hall, how do you manage your game purchasing decisions?
Oh God,
do you ever skip buying games you really want to play?
Oh yes, I've skipped like 10 games this year I really wanted to play.
Yeah, I skip a ton. I think we could probably focus this on like what would we skip.
I skipped Days Gone. I skipped Rage 2. I skipped what was the other big game earlier? I would have skipped like Crackdown, but it was on Game Pass. So, by the way, if you own an Xbox and don't own Game Pass, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
it's like
$10 a month, right?
Yeah. And they were selling 3 months for $1 like 2 months ago. So
it's $10 a month. You get access to games.
Yeah. So plus they just added something really big to Game Pass. Void Bastards is on Game Pass. Where is it at? There's so many games on Game Pass right now. It's just
that game I want to play.
Yeah,
Void Bastards looks so good, but I don't have an Xbox, don't have a PC.
Ashen is on there. Alien Isolation just got added. All the Batman games are on there. The Darksiders games are on there. Every Xbox published game is on there. Fallout 3 and 4 are both on there.
Cool.
Forza Horizon 4 is real good. Hellblade is on there. Hitman's first season is on there. Which, by the way, life hack, if you want to play Hitman Season 2, and you have Game Pass, Hitman Season 1 works with Season 2 by just downloading it off of Game Pass. So
It does.
Life is Strange, Mass Effect, Mortal Kombat, Mutant Year Zero. Like, it's just insane. Outer Wilds is on there day and date. Prey is now on there. Like, Game Pass is insane right now. All the Tomb Raider games are on there, which are a great time. All the Walking Dead games are on there. Wolfenstein 2 just got added. Like,
I think Bagel noticed that we only have us here because he keeps on getting over here in the camera.
Matt, I just want to say, as much as I enjoy other people on the show, this has been a great episode so far.
It has.
Just
it
you
really
and me,
has.
you know?
Yeah. Dynamic duo.
Just sitting in my little producer window on Twitch.
Sitting here firesiding it up.
Yeah, we are. So, anyways, what were we talking about? Why we skip games.
Why we skip games.
Yeah. Well, I skip a lot of games because I have to buy diapers and groceries and pay rent. So
yes,
there's that. And I try to prioritize a lot of my game purchasing on Switch because it's easier for me to play games on a handheld now with the baby. And I do have Game Pass, so that alleviates a lot of the pressure to buy at least Xbox first party games and a lot of the games that I want to play, like Void Bastards is a game that I've been wanting to play, even though everything on paper is like procedurally generated.
Yeah, it's not a core game.
No, but it looks cool, and like I said, I want to play. I want to stop like assuming things about games before I play them. That's like the one big goal I made myself when I started playing Dead Cells, because like I said, when I was playing Dead Cells, everything on paper says Dead Cells is like, no thanks. But it was so fun to play that I just had to keep playing it. So Void Bastards is installing on my Xbox right now.
Nice.
But Game Pass alleviates that, a lot of that. I do have a list of games. I have a list on my phone of games that I want to prioritize purchasing before I buy other games, and I try to do that. So, I mean, it's hard though, living that adult life.
Yeah.
As Moose would say, adult life lit AF. So,
yep.
I don't know if I used that correctly, but
I don't either.
He'll
tell us.
Yeah, on his vacation to Myrtle Beach, right? That's what he said he was going, Myrtle Beach.
That's where he said he was going, yeah.
Yeah. His backyard.
If not, it's canon now. No, I skip a ton of games that I want to play for multiple reasons. I really love fighting games, but I cannot play them anymore. So all of those get skipped.
Yeah, I did get Mortal Kombat 11 though, and it is really fun, but I can only get so far before I'm like, this is a fighting game that I just don't have time to learn.
Yeah, it's just like there's a barrier of entry that I do not have. I don't have the patience, I don't have the dexterity, and I don't really have the ability to surpass anymore. A lot of EA Sports games, like I would love to play hockey again. I would love to play FIFA again.
NHL 19's free on Xbox this month, by the way.
Sweet.
I know.
I'll load that up right now.
No, I know you don't have an Xbox, but I mean, like for people who want to play a hockey game and didn't feel like spending the money,
right? But like I would love to play those games, but also like I don't have the circle of friends that would play that. I tend to like, I'll do arcade sports games now because a lot of those can just be done like by myself and I can get like, the necessary joy out of it. Um, let's see. Other games I skip are just like I skipped Days Gone. I skipped Rage 2 because while the initial reveals of those games like had me turning my head, um, subsequent like subsequent news or coverings of them kind of made me go, I don't know. But I'm also in the same boat. I have to pay rent, I have to pay bills. My partner and I are trying to save money for like trips, and we're working on wedding planning, things like that. So there's there's a lot of obligations I have to attend to before I can say, "Hey, I'm going to get this game." I've actually been a lot better about that this year than I have been in previous years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mainly because like I have I've basically done things in a way where I'll buy like AAA games, I guess we'll call it, and I'm basically creating a backlog for myself. That, and I know backlog is usually a dumb thing because you're just like, oh well, everyone has a backlog, but I'm creating it in a way that like if I finish what I want to play now, that's where I go. Like Devil May Cry 5 is on that list. Resident Evil 2 is on that list. And those are things that I will play, like that I bought when they came out, knowing that I will play them. I think that's my prime judge. Like I will play this for sure. Like I pre-ordered Borderlands 3. I will play that when it comes out, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up original Borderlands Game of the Year edition because I know I'll play it. I mean, I play it now, but I will play it. And like I know Moose and I have gone back and forth about me like basically saying like I'm not going to buy games next year, and I think I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing now, but just to a stronger degree next year.
Yeah.
So like do we know new consoles are coming out next year? Do we know that?
I mean, the rumor right now is PlayStation in the fall next year, and the new rumor is Xbox's new console might be coming in the spring
Of next year?
Yeah. So, I mean, which another rumor is that the Xbox One X might be a backdoor, console for the new Xbox.
What does that even mean?
Like it's like how there's the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S.
Yeah.
The Xbox One X might be the S version of the new consoles via a firmware update.
So will it be?
I don't know.
Will it be the Xbox One XL then? What the fuck's happening?
Look, I don't know. That's just something. Look, I fell down a really bad Reddit rabbit hole looking for Switch rumors the other day, and I fell down an Xbox Anaconda rabbit hole.
All right.
And which, by the way, code name for the next Xbox is Anaconda. I don't know if anybody knew that or not, but so yeah, that's a new rumor, but I don't know how much truth there is to that rumor. I just saw it on a Reddit post, and it's Reddit, so be careful what you read there. But it's next gen's gonna be really interesting because I feel like the lines are really blurry this time around, as we're like there's a clear cutoff between PS1 and PS2 and PS3. And now it's just with digital distribution and patches and updates and everything. Like Ubisoft came out today and confirmed that Rainbow Six Siege, if you own it on Xbox One or PS4, you already have the next gen version via a patch. So
Fucking smart move, Ubisoft.
I mean, like we're in that's the area we're in now, where like these consoles are basically just going to be updated like PCs instead of, you know, a console. So, and then obviously Nintendo is just, doing whatever they want, like normal. So,
and just to further expound on Sam's question, like it's easier for me to manage because I only have 2 platforms. I know Corey has all of them.
I do. I usually just go where the game is the cheapest, to be honest, because I don't. And like a lot of the multiplayer games I play now are free to play, so I just own them on both anyway. And then which Destiny is really the only multiplayer game that I play that I own for both. Which, with all this with Modern Warfare, this year's Modern Warfare being cross-platform play, I really hope something happens, because then the multiplayer games I play can really just stay on one console. It's really just what controller I prefer instead of, but at the same time, it's just
said it before. I'll say it again. Crossplay needs to be a thing.
It really does.
Cross like now more than ever, crossplay and backwards compatibility need to be things.
Yeah, which I mean, it looks like we're getting closer and closer for those to be both. So, I mean, Xbox has already done a great job of being cross-platform and cross-play, and backwards compatible. So, PlayStation, I think the PS5 is, at least with PS4, is going to be all that. So, man, it's interesting times we live in. Yep. And then there's Switch just hanging out,
just doing its thing.
So
just switching it up. And then the other thing is, for Sony's next console, if they're already saying backwards compatibility is going to be a thing, PS3 backwards compatibility, just figure it out, please.
I mean, I feel like with PS3 backwards compatibility, with how powerful they're saying the PS5 is supposedly, Bagel agrees. Bagel agrees, guys. Bagel agrees. With how powerful that system's supposed to be, I feel
Keep talking. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. I feel like that they could easily build a virtual emulator in the PS5 for a PS3. And yeah, it's gonna suck, but I mean, I know the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox are 2 different consoles, but when the Xbox One launched, supposedly you couldn't have backwards compatibility, and they did it. They figured it out. So I would not put it past PlayStation to try to figure it out, because they finally figured out name changes and everything. So, I feel like, Matt, what I was saying when you were away, I was just saying, like, with how powerful the PlayStation 5 is, I feel like they could build an emulator for the PS3 inside the construct of the PlayStation 5. It might not be perfect, but I mean, it could potentially be there. And the Xbox One was said that they couldn't do backwards compatibility, and they figured it out.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think Sony isn't doing these things not because they don't want to. I think the choices they made in like 2007 and 2008 have really almost hurt them in a way.
Yeah.
This far, and that's why the name change stuff comes with a whole bunch of caveats and everything. And I think they could build an emulator inside the PS5 with how powerful it supposedly is. So that's my theory.
Yeah, and I mean, there's all sorts of things that go into that. I understand that, but it's getting to the. I mean, even with the name change thing, like, I think now more than ever they need to. And I don't know if this is even possible, mind you. If there's a way for them to course correct in a way that fixes all that. What is it, Bagel? I don't know what you're barking at, dude. No, Bagel. Hey.
Bagel.
Calm down. he's like looking up at the ceiling into our dining room. I'm like, there's nothing up there.
It's a ghost.
There's nothing up there.
I don't know.
Well, see, either you're gonna bleed out, maybe I'll get possessed.
This is gonna be one interesting show in about 10 minutes.
This has potential. But I like. They need to find a way to figure that out to a point where, let's say someone wants to change their name in the future and not want all their shit to be fucked. Like, yes, the easy thing is to say, well, maybe you should be more responsible with how you put your online ID out there. Yes, but people are also stupid.
You can't tell a 13-year-old that Scrotum Flosser 69 is not a great name.
It's true. This is true. I mean, and like, myself included, like I have named myself some dumb things over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to stumble into what I have now on Xbox 360 in like 2008, and I just have not gotten tired of it. That's more dumb luck than anything else. I mean, for the scrotum flossers of the world, like we all go through that phase, and I don't think we should be penalized for life because of it.
True.
Now let's move on to the dissertation that will be the answer to Deshaun Malone's question. First off, I'm just going to read it. Just want to say sorry for not being there live the last few weeks. Got a new job and it requires me to be up early. Still listening though. So questions. One. Actually, no, before I get into those questions, you don't have to worry about not being here live, Deshaun.
It's true.
We appreciate that you interact.
You're here. You're here in our hearts.
Yeah.
Know?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Yeah, that's about right. So, number one, what are some flagship places to eat in your respective places of living?
I mean, if he doesn't know what's good, what's good.
He lives in your neighborhood, so
it's true. It's true. If you don't know where to eat here, Deshaun. No, let's see. Where do I live? Akron? Do I do Akron or should I do Cleveland? Akron, I guess, I mean, Melt is pretty popular, which is a gourmet grilled cheese place. It's pretty, I mean, I don't know if you saw my Twitter, Instagram picture the other day.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah. It was, I had the backyard barbecue grilled cheese,
mm-hmm.
and it was barbecue pulled chicken, onion mm-hmm. rings, mayonnaise, and cheddar cheese just squished into a grilled cheese.
It's just healthy as all get out.
Oh yeah, I felt really bad afterwards, but in the best way possible.
Ounce of my arteries clogging.
It's true. That is true. I mean, for like really expensive stuff, like Ken Stewart's has always been a flagship kind of restaurant here in the area for like old businessmen. Not that any of those people are listening to this show, but
sure.
Fleming's is pretty popular. I think that's a chain though. I think that's pretty much everywhere, but yeah, Swenson's is an Akron staple. It's like I don't know, do you have Sonic in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
It's like that, but like hole in the wall, delicious,
awesome.
Cheesy tots.
Awesome.
Let me tell you, I don't really care for Swenson's, which is probably like anybody that lives in Akron is probably gonna find me and murder me now. But
well,
it's like
been nice knowing you.
When my wife needs something that like greasy and just gross, Swenson's is her top choice, and a lot of other people's. So the Galley Boy burger is everybody's favorite. It's like 3 meat patties and pickles, cheese, sweet. Onions and mustard and ketchup and mayonnaise, and they just squish it down into a burger, and it's messy and greasy. Nice. Because they butter all their buns and then they grill them. but the top still has a bunch of butter on it.
Awesome.
Yeah, they have to stick a toothpick into the burger so it stays together.
That happens at a lot of burger places.
I know, but this is it's not to look fancy. It's to keep the burger together.
Like you're keeping this toothpick in there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean that's kind of it here. There's nothing. I mean, there's some places downtown, I guess. Like Crave is pretty good. It's like this hole in the wall fancy restaurant place. I think that's kind of it. Cafe Brico is pretty hipster, I guess. I don't know.
Well, here I will spotlight. I'm going to spotlight a bunch of places. Half of what I'm going to mention is places you should not go.
Ooh.
Like Philadelphia is pretty famous for cheesesteaks. They
are?
Yeah, believe it or not. When you come here, there are people will list off 4 places that are the definitive cheesesteak places. 1 and 2 are usually Pat's and Gino's. Then after them it's Tony Luke's and Jim's Steaks on South Street. Don't go to any of those places. I've been to all of them. Pat's and Gino's. I'm pretty sure it's Pat's that was in the local paper here a few years ago for being problematic towards people that weren't born here. Like they were saying like if you can't order in English, you can't eat here. And I'm like,
that kind. I thought you meant just people not born in Philadelphia.
No, so for that, first and foremost, fuck them.
I thought you meant like not that.
No, secondly, like both places, and I had eaten there before this had happened. Both places, their cheesesteaks are fucking dry. They it's poorly made and they're bad. Just don't go there. Tony Luke's is I feel like they basically take roast beef, put it on a fryer, and then put it on 3-day-old bread and make you eat it. I've never had a good experience there ever. And then Jim's is a grease pit. Like, sure, if you are on South Street and you are drunk out of your mind, a Jim's cheesesteak will ease the hangover the next day, but it's not good. Now, the place I took you and Sana when you came here, that's my favorite in the city. It's called Sonny's. It's Second and Market. They do cheesesteaks the right way, in my opinion. And then the only other place I would say, hey, this is where you need to go, is it's called Steve's Prince of Steaks. There's one downtown and one in the Northeast. And instead of shredding up the beef, they give you like slabs in the sandwich, and it's really good. Otherwise, I would recommend Reading Terminal Market for a place to get not necessarily cheesesteaks, but like just about anything else you might want. There are a few. I know there's an Amish run restaurant there that is really good. Or maybe they just do produce. It's been a while since I've been there. It's been a while since I've had jury duty, so I only go there when I have jury duty. And they used to have a really good burrito place, but it closed, sadly. But you can get it. There's a lot of local businesses there that are really good. Bassett's Ice Cream is phenomenal. They have a crepe place that's so good. Otherwise, like, I think this is kind of a big deli place. Like, it's not like Katz is in New York, but I think 4th Street Deli is a good place to get a Reuben. It's a place on the main line. Jaime's is really good. I would recommend those places as well. Jewish deli food, and it's a good time. Um, Jaime's matzo ball soup, I'm pretty sure, is the unknown cure for the common cold. Because whenever I get sick, I eat it and I feel better, like right away.
Can I just tell you how obsessed Riley is with the matzo ball soup? She's
Raise that shorty right.
She's obsessed, dude. Like every time Sana like gives it to her, like she viciously attacks the spoon. Like it is so aggressive. Like I think she's gonna break the spoon with her teeth. It's insane.
That's awesome.
She's just it's insane how aggressive she is. It's just like whoa, scary.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, like I had, I'd not really had it till a few years ago, and when I had Jaime's matzo ball soup, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I am aware of this now. And Marshall's in the chat. He says, I can confirm this suggestion is spot on. I'm assuming he's talking about Sonny's or Steve's. I don't know about.
Yeah, I assume he's talking about somewhere where you took him because.
Well, we only went out for a drink when he was in town.
Oh.
Like, he and I had old fashions. It was great.
Did you wear your Mad Men suits?
No.
Oh.
No.
By the way, I know I'm the resident TV and movie guy here.
Okay.
But Mad Men is a fantastic show. I love that show.
I never did.
Oh man, I was hooked the first episode. I loved it. And I don't like TV. I don't like those type of shows. But man, I was hooked. I don't know why. I think I like that time period, and I'm like really into old school advertising and everything. And like it just sucked me in, man.
Like aspects of that show I thought were cool, but like overall I didn't think that I didn't see what the big deal was.
Moose is sending beer emojis to the chat.
Oh, fantastic. See what this is about.
I got confused. I was like, why is my phone buzzing?
Okay, so I think we can move on from flagship eating.
Yeah.
What are you doing for E3 this year?
You're looking at it. No, I'm working.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be working.
Except my break at work starts right when the Nintendo conference starts on Tuesday, so I will probably watch it and do a quick Instagram react, and then that night, Ed and I are going to do a Nintendo Reacts thing to it.
Okay.
But I mean, I can't afford to take off work for it this year, and I'll catch up when I can.
Yeah.
I love E3, but I'm also at that point where I'm like, I'll just look it up when I get home, or I'm sure I'll have 100 people texting me about stuff, or 30,000 Facebook notifications of people posting in groups about things, So
yeah. I will watch the conferences as per usual. I will take notes and then probably bring those notes to the next week's NGR. And that's kind of what I'll do. I've always wanted to do more with E3. And it's not that I still don't, but also like
it's just hard.
Yeah, like I mean, if I had a different working situation where I could manage that at a regular time, that would be easy. But I don't, so it is not in the cards at this point. Question number 3 from Deshaun Malone. Corey, you mentioned Disney World on the last episode. I'm thinking about taking my daughter this fall. It's been about 20 years since I went last, and my daughter has never been. What do you suggest we plan for as basically first timers?
Oh boy, prepare to be overwhelmed. I should say, and this fall is going to be pretty crowded.
Star Wars opens up,
Because
doesn't it?
because Star Wars is opening now. If you avoid Hollywood studios for the most part, you'll be okay. Toy Story Land is really cool. It's really like I think it's just going to be crowded because Star Wars Land is opening. So I imagine just that part of the park will be busy, but they're also taking reservations for the park for the first like 6 months.
Yeah.
So you will only
They're
have
already filled, aren't they?
Disney World has not started taking them yet. Disneyland is full.
I thought the Star Wars place was.
Is it?
I thought that's what they were taking reservations for.
Disney World has not started taking reservations for that yet.
Oh, okay.
But you know, the stuff that they've been adding throughout the last few years. I think his daughter's like 7 or 8 around there.
Okay.
The Magic Kingdom is going to be wonderful for her because she's the right age to be there. Man, I don't even know where to tell you to start. Magic Kingdom is probably going to be her favorite. I would work your way instead of going clockwise through the park because the park is made by like a big wheel and with spokes. There's like 5 spokes. There's Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, Storybook Park, and then Tomorrowland. I would work your way from Tomorrowland around counterclockwise instead of clockwise. Man, I don't even know what to tell you. I would get fast passes for the stuff that she wants to do because that's important to do. You can schedule those up to 6 months before your trip, which I would highly recommend you do that. Man, first time, man, that's wow, first time. I can't. I wish I had more of a suggestion. If it's hard for me to suggest things for kids because I haven't really done that part of it before. Usually, like when Sana went for the first time, we went to Epcot first, and we walked to countries, and we did we did Magic Kingdom last because, like, you know, that's what everybody thinks of when they think of Disney World is the Magic Kingdom. You know, the castle and the princesses and Mickey Mouse and everything, and like that's fine and stuff, but like I like to like when you take somebody for the first time, I like to show them the aspects that they're not expecting out of Disney, like like World Showcase at Epcot or Animal Kingdom, or you know, Hollywood Studios is really cool with like the 1940s Hollywood Boulevard stuff, and you know, now with Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land over there, it's getting bigger, but for like if you're taking your daughter for the first time, I would suggest really hitting the Magic Kingdom, and I would get a fast pass for the Snow White Mine ride, which is really cool. I know this is odd and it's old, but I would say get fast passes for Peter Pan because that line is always an hour and a half long. Always, always, always an hour to an hour and a half. It doesn't matter what time of year you go. If she likes roller coasters, they're not too bad there. Even if she is a little afraid of them, they're not terrible there. Space Mountain might be a little bit scary for her. Man, it's so hard to like think. I would also, if she likes, which you know I'm sure she does, Frozen. I would get fast passes for the princess meet and greet stuff because that line fills up instantly. Yeah, man. I see they've already added stuff since I was there last, so like I don't like the Avatar stuff is new since I've been there. Toy Story Land is new since I've been there. So man, I hope that helps. Counterclockwise through the parks always because everybody always goes through Adventureland first. But Pirates of the Caribbean is a good time, by the way. Splash Mountain, also a good time.
Splash Mountain is a good time.
Fast Pass for Splash Mountain.
I did not like Space Mountain.
Space Mountain is a little rough.
Now, I always thought there was supposed to be more to it than just a roller coaster in the dark.
Disneyland there is. Disneyland Space Mountain is different from Disney World Space Mountain.
Okay, because Disney World Space Mountain was just a roller coaster in the dark.
Yeah, Disneyland, part of it goes outside. Part of it goes through water, which is really interesting.
Like I was expecting some sort of like galactic sort of motif. Nope, it was just dark.
Well, next year they're adding they're closing it next fall, I think, because they're putting a Star Wars theme around it.
Oh.
And they're changing it to Hyperspace Mountain. So
okay.
Yeah, I know. But also, if you go to Epcot, there's not really a lot for there's not really a ton for kids to do there, but
no, there's really not.
The Frozen boat ride is pretty good. The Mexico boat ride, never a line there, highly underrated. It's really fun. I would actually suggest you go through the Living Seas with Nemo and Friends, because that aquarium is really cool. It's free with your admission to the park. So, plus you get to sit in it's like a clamshell kind of ride, kids ride, to get into it, which is really cool. Journey into Imagination is one of my favorite rides, although like it's kind of been she's not going to know anything because it's all based around like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Flubber and like all these movies that nobody really remembers that weren't born in the 80s or 90s. Plus they're going to close that down and redo it and bring Dreamfinder back, which, you know, a lot of people might notice the little purple dragon that sits around my desk and stuff. Figment. Yeah, he's the best Disney character of all time, in my opinion. So, but at Epcot, I would really highly recommend you do those two things, and then shoot, what was the last thing I was going to say to do at Epcot? Man, I forget already. But
I mean, just from my experience at Epcot, like I walked in expecting it to just be kind of as educational and boring. It was actually pretty awesome, but I was 15.
Yeah.
So.
I would, if like if you go in and you go to the right of the giant sphere, there's this pavilion called the Land, and inside the Land is a ride called Soarin', and it's basically like a IMAX theater, and you get in this giant kind of simulation hang glider thing, and you just like kind of fly over different parts of the world, and like you fly through the orange fields of Florida, and like it smells like oranges, or you know, if you fly over some water, they'll spritz you with some water. Like it's a cool experience. The Animal Kingdom has a ride like that too for Avatar. Like I would really recommend that too. They're just really cool experiences that I think you should try. So I could talk all day about Disney, but you know, we don't have that much time, so we can move on.
Well, the last question that Deshaun has is for, and I quote, Captain Cool Canada. I'm building a PC. Give me a decent rundown for $1,000, not including monitors. Neither of us are Captain Cool Canada.
No, that's definitely not us.
So here's what I suggest, Corey. How about we give Deshaun bad PC building advice? I'm not even sure I'd be good at doing that.
I don't even know what to tell you. You know what? You buy the cheap one at Best Buy and download more RAM.
Yeah, download more RAM. Yeah, yep.
Phillips hates it when I say that because it's like The last time I said that, he's like, that joke is so used. And I'm like, it's the only one I know.
Yeah, he did it. Like, I'm pretty sure that was him. So yeah. Hopefully, Captain Canada's back next week, and we will be able to get you some advice on building a PC.
Yeah.
Sorry, neither of us can really help.
Yeah. Sorry, Deshaun. We're useless in that department.
Yes. But I do know this. Deshaun picked up Sekiro, and I'm interested to see how he fared with it. I mean, I'll just say there is a learning curve. It is not exactly. I don't think it's exactly steep, but I don't think it's actually easy either. Just be patient. Don't give up. Keep trying things, and you'll
believe in yourself. You can do it.
Definitely believe in yourself, but like this, I think that personally, I think this game is a lot easier than the Dark Souls games. I also recognize that it's counterintuitive to how a lot of people want to play a game like this, and more often than not, when you put that in front of somebody, that tends. I mean, and this happened with me, like sitting down with it for the first time. Like I got super frustrated super fast, and then just all of a sudden there was this one fight where everything clicked, and even though like it still took me a little bit to get through that fight, I was like, oh, well, the reality is each time I'm dying here, I'm learning, and each next time I'm getting better. But that character, like the person I'm fighting or the thing I'm fighting, is not. So just remember, you're always getting better. The game is not. But yeah, no. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick with it, and I hope you're able to get really far in it, because the game is amazing, and I hope to have details on that spoiler cast soon.
Yes.
So that's all our questions.
That is all of our questions,
and we are 7 minutes early.
That is also true.
You watching the NBA Finals, Corey?
I am not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. The Warriors are back. Who cares?
True.
I kind of feel like my excitement for the finals were when the Cavs were good.
I mean, that's your team, though.
Yeah,
of course.
But like, if like Cavs didn't even make the playoffs this year, so like I haven't even been paying attention to the playoffs, except for the simple fact that like turns out San Antonio looks real bad for getting rid of Kawhi Leonard right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So plus like Sonic couldn't give two shits about basketball, so we've been watching other stuff. We've been watching this show called Catastrophe on Amazon, and we just finished that show. It's really funny. There's 4 seasons, but there's only 6 episodes a season.
Okay.
But I don't know. Did I talk about this on this show before?
I think I know you've mentioned it.
Yeah, it's basically about this American guy who gets this Irish girl pregnant, and he has to.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, yep. No, I remember.
Yeah, and he has to move to London to like I mean they like each other, but they got married and had a kid, and like they end up having a couple kids, and he moves there and he has like a real crappy job, and like it's pretty much people's life situations like that go horribly wrong but turned into a comedy. It's really good. It's really funny. If you have Amazon Prime, you should watch it. It's pretty funny. And the way they make fun of each other, like they love each other and hate each other so much at the same time.
Nice.
It's just so funny, and every time they like fight, they get like real horny, and then they end up just like having
Making
sex.
another kid.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just real good. So
No, I am watching the finals to the best of my abilities. I'll give you about 4 minutes of sports talk. I still think it's going to be the Warriors in 6.
Yeah.
I think the Warriors have enough to overpower the Raptors. I think there was a big talk like game 1 when the Raptors beat the Warriors, and they're like, well, I don't know. Maybe the king is dead. I'm like, Steph Curry didn't have a great game, but no one else did either.
yeah.
And
You know how many times in the finals Steph Curry had a bad game and they still beat the Cavs?
yeah,
You know?
a lot. But like, here's the thing. Like, I think if the Raptors could bank on that consistently happening, it would be way easier for them to think about winning.
Mm-hmm.
I just like Steph Curry can have 5 bad games this series. He can have 5 bad games, but I guarantee you, Klay Thompson won't. I could guarantee you, Draymond Green won't. And I mean, apparently, I did not watch Sunday night's game because I was in a secure hole. But apparently, DeMarcus Cousins sort of made a pretty big impression there. So, or at least that's what I heard, or at least that's what it seemed to me on the little I saw of the coverage around it. So that's another thing they have to contend with, and possibly the best player on the planet is going to come back this series. So, I think if it were going to be a full series without Kevin Durant, I think the recipe for success for the Raptors would be relatively easy. But if Kevin Durant comes back, I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't really see it either, to be honest with you.
But in other sports news, the Champions League final happened this weekend. And it was 2 English teams. It was a team I have a soft spot for versus a team I used to be a pretty big super fan of. And Liverpool won their 6th European Cup. Congratulations to them. 2-0 over Tottenham. And I only watched highlights. I didn't see a lot and I watched a bunch of analysis on it. Apparently, like it was industry standard as far as a final goes. And the better team won. So with that, I think we can call this a show.
Yeah.
You can find him everywhere.
I closed the wrong window. That was my bad, everybody.
I was like, man, I think I could do this. All right, here we go. You can find him at Corey in HD 713 on Twitter, and Corey in HD everywhere else except PlayStation, where he is Rogue Spartan 4. Moose, you can find him hosting Nerds Gone Platinum with Jason Marshall and Jeff Glasson every Tuesday night. I know that they've told me they've been talking about going to Discord. I don't know what their live situation is, but from what I know, it's usually between 8:30 and 9.
I think there's a way to have like a video feed go live on Discord, and then they stream that to YouTube, I think.
Okay.
From what I've heard through the grapevine, I don't know.
Okay, so it'll still be YouTube.
Right? Yeah, they're still on YouTube. It's just I think it's
8:39 youtube.com/Nerds Gone Platinum.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, correct me. This is normally Moose's.
Look,
this is what happens when Moose leaves.
There's no way to know. There's no way to find out.
There are ways. I'm just lazy. So
no, there's no way. They're gone from the internet. The only way to get there is through Moose's magical powers. You want to watch my podcast? I better be there. Welcome. I'm at Myrtle Beach drinking beers.
I'm pounding Coors Light like there's no tomorrow.
Can I make a Nerds Gone Rogue shirt that says Moose went to Myrtle Beach and all he got me was this t-shirt?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. I will sign off on that. But you can find him hosting Nerds Gone Platinum with Jason and Jeff. They have a phone number. I don't remember what it is. I'm going to put it in my phone and just call it because I've been meaning to do that for so long. So you can find them at youtube.com/nerdsgoneplatinum. Their stuff is all on nerdsgonerogue.com, just like this show, just like NGR Radio B-Sides. And Corey, take us home.
All right. Well, Matt told you where you could find me. You can find me at CoreyHD on Instagram and Twitch. I've been streaming lately too. I streamed a lot this weekend. So
You did?
I did. So you can find me there. You can also find me on the NX show with Ed and Jesse. And
they have a website now, right?
yeah, it's codenameNX.com. I don't know how much use that's going to get, but you know, there's
Gotta start somewhere.
yeah, so but you can also find that show on nerdsgonerogue.com. So
Oh, I was under the impression that it wasn't part of us anymore.
I mean it's there.
Okay.
I'm running the show. It's going everywhere. It can be
okay. I'm sorry I didn't keep that in the housekeeping at the beginning then.
Nah, it's fine. You know what? It's fine. Where was I at? Oh, why is everything moving on the... Oh, because I'm making the window bigger. I don't know what I'm doing, Matt. Why did I mess it all up?
Oh, great. Here we go.
I messed it all up. It's all right. There we go. You can find all of our content on nerdsgonerogue.com. You can watch us live now on YouTube and Twitch. You can twitch.tv/nerdsgonerogue next week. I know we're on NGR Radio now, but we're changing everything over finally after, discussing it for like 2 years. So, it's dude, it takes years to move a ship this big.
That's true. That's true.
So you can follow us.
Well, I think we had all these discussions, and then you had a kid.
You know what? That's true. But anyways, I don't know how much I missed of what you said, but anyways, you can find us next Monday on a podcast service of choice or live that night, and we'll be answering questions and all that stuff, whatever Matt just said. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for watching on Twitch. We had 3 unique viewers, so sorry that this is the last show on NGR Radio, but
collector's items all around.
Woo! Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next week, we love you.
Banana and out. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I can't do it. You're welcome. I can't do it the way Moose is. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Do it. There you do it. Come on, give me a good guttural Moose.
You're welcome.
Damn right. All right.